A vision that's been in the making for years is just about ready to become a reality. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, in just 1 month's time, the final phase of downtown Scottsbluff's 18th Street Plaza will be complete. Public Works Director Mark Bull says the stage is complete. Concrete pathways have been poured, and underground sprinkler systems are nearly 100% ready to go.
Now we're getting to a point where we have to have sod. Sprinkler system's going in now. So we'll get sod in. I need both archways up yet. And we have our handrails to go up around the steps and the ramp, but we're down to really minor details now. They're today cleaning up and get some joints sealed, but as soon as we can get, it looks like next week we'll start with the sod and the trees and the mulch. So we're on schedule. It's a June 1 completion date, but the way these guys have gone, we'll probably be a week or two maybe ahead of opening, but ahead of schedule.
Bull says the 18th Street Plaza will be a whole new experience for bands on Broadway, and also envisions more events, including class and family reunions, and even weddings to be held at the new space. Well, some potentially good news for the city of Kimball in the budget legislation that will be making its way through the Nebraska legislature this week. During a virtual conference call sponsored by the Scottsbluff-Gehring Chamber of Commerce, District 48 Senator Brian Hardin said efforts to add some specialized funding for Kimball appear to have been successful.
We were able to get appropriations to essentially set aside $10 million for the utility project needs in Kimball related to the missile scenario that's coming down the pike with the rebuilding of the ICBMs.
The Gehring lawmaker also said it appears Kimball and the surrounding area may have a bit more time to complete efforts that will support the estimated 4,000 contract workers on the project. He said lawmakers have been told the overall timeline may be longer than originally scheduled due to issues with rockets not yet meeting the standards of the U.S. Air Force. We'll have more news right after this.
Swipe right, swipe left, endlessly searching. Finding the perfect match isn't always perfect, but it can be when it comes to finances. Nora found the perfect business loan. Jenny opened her first savings account. Grammy loves her checking account. We found a match for Wilson Farms. The Sandersons were matched with a mortgage. Regardless of your financial situation, Platte Valley Bank will match you with the perfect solution. Find your match at Platte Valley Bank.
Life is crazy. Pain is stressful. How can anybody concentrate with these busy schedules? Now you can. This is Ben Moravec coming to you from Hydrozen, a float therapy business right here in Scottsbluff. I'm here today to let you know we now have memberships for $49 monthly. You can guarantee yourself at least one float per month. You know how floating keeps your muscles relaxed, your joints relieved, and your brain clear to think? Now you can float at a reduced rate each month. Inquire today at hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT. Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge.
Better sleep and better health can be found at Western Sleep Medicine in Gehring. Since 2006, Western Sleep Medicine has offered the lowest cost sleep testing either in their independent sleep laboratory or the privacy of your own home. You have control over your health care and your out-of-pocket cost. All insurance is accepted for a much lower cost than the regional option. If you need a sleep study, ask for Western Sleep Medicine. They've helped thousands of people over the years and want to help you. Western Sleep Medicine. Better sleep, better health.
Welcome back. 2 Goshen County men who lived in the same residence have been sentenced on federal convictions for possession of child pornography. Court documents from the U.S. District Attorney for Wyoming say 47-year-old Riley Rawls of Torrington and 35-year-old Terry Patch of Fort Laramie were both sentenced last month for charges tied to the same investigation. Rawls was given 63 months in prison and an $18,000 fine, while Patch received 40 months in prison and a $66,000 fine, with both subject to 5 years post-release supervision. The two men came to the attention of the Wyoming Division of Criminal Investigations Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force in March of last year following cyber tips received from Google. Well, Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen declared May as See to Learn Month and Healthy Vision Month in the state. The governor will issue a dual proclamation in a ceremony on Thursday at the state capitol. See to Learn provides free, comprehensive vision assessments for 3-year-olds, regardless of income, in the offices of participating optometrists. The assessment includes vision testing, testing of eye alignment, and an eye health examination, far more than the brief screenings children may receive later in school. Healthy Vision Month emphasizes the importance of regular eye examinations for all ages. The observance is organized by the National Institutes of Health's National Eye Institute. And Nebraska lawmakers are expected to take up debate on the budget this week. University of Nebraska President Ted Carter says the Appropriations Committee has proposed a 2.5% budget for NU, which represents a compromise between the governor's proposed 2% budget increase and the 3% requested by the university. Carter says as he's frozen tuition over the past 2 years, he's said he won't balance the budget over the backs of students.
Given the change in the cost of everything, if I were to balance the budget with a tuition rate increase, we'd be talking about a double-digit tuition rate increase, well over 10%. And I'm not going to do that. We will have a conversation about what tuition is going to look like, but we're not going to be anywhere near those kind of numbers just because I don't think that's fair to our Nebraska students.
Carter says the university system will look for efficiencies and cost savings in an effort to avoid a tuition increase. The University of Nebraska regents are expected to vote on a tuition rate in June.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Another gorgeous evening out there. Quiet conditions, partly cloudy skies, temps down into the upper 30s and low 40s again towards tomorrow morning. It is going to be quite warm tomorrow. I think our warmest day of the week comes your way tomorrow. Rain and thunder chances return on an isolated basis tomorrow. Best chances seem to be coming Thursday night and Friday. Heavy rain is going to be possible in some areas, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. 71 yesterday for our high after a morning low of 32 degrees. Again, nothing in the rain gauge here as we look at what we've seen so far for the month, and a little over an inch short for the year, so we still have a ways to go. As far as precip chances go, again, Thursday night, Friday night are best chances, but some chances of showers and storms really starting tomorrow all the way through next Tuesday. So we will hopefully be able to pick up some of those showers and storms. Winds should stay in check over the next 7 days as things look pretty calm out there, at least not overly windy. The cooler temps are finally sliding off to the east. Eastern Nebraska in the 60s. We're in the 70s here in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. A few upper 60s. Otherwise, gorgeous day today. About room temperature out there. And winds are a little gusty at times out of the southeast at 15 to 20, gusting up to 25. But nothing that we can't handle. Okay, let's take a look at Futurecast. We actually have a little bit to look at, starting with some showers and thunderstorms tonight, mainly in the high country. Those will fizzle out overnight and set the stage tomorrow for warm conditions. And by tomorrow afternoon, an isolated shower storm. You'll see those couple move across the region. And as we go into Thursday morning, then things start the day quiet, but we develop a decent band of showers and thunderstorms by tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. They're going to push across the region. Again, they're going to be hit and miss. Not everybody's going to get them, but those that do could drop under some heavy rain at times. Lows tonight, right around that 40-degree mark. Highs tomorrow, going to flirt with or top 80 in some areas. Now, as far as precip goes, take a look at what we've got coming here. The next, this is just through 11 o'clock tomorrow night. A lot of uncertainty or inconsistency in the models, but we're showing the possibility of a few tenths, even over an inch in some areas, just through Thursday at 11 o'clock. Notice, though, our two big forecast models as far as the next 7 days. This particular model showing a quarter to an inch and a quarter across most of the panhandle, heavier amounts into central Nebraska. This is the European model. The American model picking up 2 to 3 inches of rain in portions of the panhandle. Again, what ultimately comes of that, we'll have to wait and see, but it does look like some decent chances of getting some moisture. A few clouds, 42 for a low tonight. Tomorrow, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Otherwise, warm, 81 are high. And our 7-day forecast, we bring those afternoon storm chances best Thursday and Friday, but really on a daily basis pretty much through the weekend and into early next week as temps settle right back into the mid-70s, low to mid-70s for most of the week. And you'll notice our average high this time of year just in the mid-60s.
Why love a rain garden? Let me count the ways. Rain gardens contain and filter water runoff while recharging our underground water supply. They provide habitat for birds, bees, and beneficial insects. Native perennials give 4 seasons of color and texture, beautifying a home while increasing its value. Established gardens are low-maintenance, low-water landscape features, colorful, functional, and sustainable. Rain gardens, brought to you by Tri-City Stormwater. Our water, our responsibility.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
This is a spring planting update from Southwest Saunders County. I'm Chad Moyer. Today we're visiting with Brian Wojda, again from Valparaiso. Brian, thanks for visiting with us here today. First of all, tell me what sort of progress has been made planting corn and soybeans in your part of Saunders County so far?
There hasn't been a whole lot. Some of the neighbors have planted some. Some are still waiting, I believe, for some moisture, warm conditions. And we're kind of short on moisture, so hopefully we will get some, and we're going to have to get started pretty soon and see what the weather brings. Otherwise, I think we will be up to full bore here next week. And then from there, we'll see what happens. Kind of changed our plans a little bit, trying to do as much no-till as we can. I didn't even anhydrous this year. I'm putting on liquid just to kind of save some moisture, and hopefully everything works out next fall for us.
Yeah. Brian, tell me, what are your criteria? You said you've held off so far, even though we've had some warm temperatures. What is your criteria? What's going to bring you to the field and really start that planting in earnest?
Well, the time is going to have to start here soon, so we'll just get started and go. But it's been kind of a later season, seems like. We had some warmth early, we were in the 80s and then we had that cool down, then we had frost and even had some ice last Friday morning. So I'm kind of just waiting to see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about the moisture situation around this area. As you dig down there, is there some topsoil moisture? Is there some subsoil moisture on your farm?
Yes, there's topsoil moisture. Subsoil, I don't really know. I haven't really dug down that far, but I know we're short because we were short last year. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's talk about, from last year to this year, there's been a fair amount of drought in the state of Nebraska. Has drought affected you and your operation here in the southwest part of Saunders County?
Yes, we had some, it was fairly dry last year. I did irrigate more than I have in the last 10 years anyway. So the dry land turned out, we had some hail too, so that didn't help matters much, but I guess it would have been an average crop.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And how about so far this year? Have you made management changes, or are you doing things different because of the weather, the dryness from last year into this year?
Not a whole lot different than we usually do. I try to no-till everything as much as I can. So, but the fields are, since it was dry, we don't have any ditches or anything to really fix so much. So it's looking good conditions that way.
Mm-hmm. All right. Tell me a little bit about the farm. And, you know, if you had your way, how long do you think it would take for you to plant corn and soybeans?
Well, it'd take me about 4 days, a good going for corn, and about 4 days or 5 days for soybeans, and should be done. Hopefully about 10 days if we can get going. Hopefully get a little rain in between, and we have plenty of time yet, so we'll just go at it as we can.
All right, very good. Thanks for visiting with us, Brian. Appreciate it very much.
Okay, thank you very much.
Again, we've been visiting with Brian Wojda. He is from Valparaiso in the southwest part of Saunders County, and an update on spring planting progress here in 2023.
Renewal by Andersen. Enjoy the view again. There is nothing like that morning cup of coffee when you have Renewal by Andersen windows. Their exclusive Fibrex material is twice as strong as vinyl. The difference is huge. No more drafts, no more absurd heating or cooling bills, a quiet home, the outside noise is gone. Renewal by Andersen's incredible financing offer is here right now. No money down, no interest, no payments for a full year. Book your free estimate right now at rbawyoming.com. Enjoy the view again with Renewal by Andersen windows.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you plan for tomorrow while you enjoy today. Our personalized trust services can help you do just that. You've worked hard to build your legacy, and you want to make sure that gets passed on for generations to come. We offer the professional guidance necessary to ensure that happens, according to your wishes. We pride ourselves in being friendly and professional while offering a highly tailored full line of trust and estate planning services to accommodate you. You belong here.
And finally tonight, the State Economic Development Department has recognized the City of Sidney for its continued success in Nebraska's Economic Development Certified Community Program. Sidney is one of 40 communities to earn the certification in the program, which is sponsored by the Nebraska Diplomats and administered by the DED, recognizing communities for preparedness to attract new industries and expand existing businesses. Over the past 5 years, local leaders assisted in the creation of 15 new Sidney businesses through various forms of financial assistance, and the city is just one of 8 Nebraska communities to qualify for grant funding through the Safe Streets and Roads for All program. Business development consultant Brittany Harden recognized local leaders during Sidney's Sidney Council meeting last week. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.